Okay, good morning all and welcome you all to corporate finance online classes. Okay, so we were learning about uh, techniques of time value of money. Okay, so where we have already learned first technique, that is compounding technique, where we convert present sums into future values. Now we are learning discounting techniques, where we convert future values into present value. So one point you always remember, that the present value of a rupee that will be received in future will be less than the value of a rupee in hand today. Okay. So thus, contrast to the compounding approach, where we convert present sums into future sums, in present value approach or discounting technique, okay, we convert future sums are converted into present sums. So I hope this much is simple to understand what is the compounding technique and what is discounting techniques used for. Okay. Okay, then given a positive rate of interest, okay, the present value of future rupee will always be lower. It is for this reason that the procedure for finding present value is called discounting. So as we have learned that the value of a rupee in future compared to its present value is always lower. So when we convert future sums into present value, their value will be always less, okay, in present as compared to future. That is the reason we call the procedure of finding present value as a discounting technique. Okay. So it is concerned with the determining the present value of a future amount, assuming that the decision maker has an opportunity to earn certain return on his money. Okay. So why we need to convert future sums into present sums or convert present sum into future sum in compounding technique, since both are not, okay, equal. So you need to bring them to a common platform for a purpose of comparison. Okay. So as we learned, 1,000 rupee invested today for a period of 2 years at the rate of 6% discount will accumulate to 1,126 after 2 years. So 1,126 rupee of future is equivalent to 1,000 rupee of today. Okay. So for a comparison purpose, we convert present values into future and future values into present. Okay. So this return is designated in financial literature as a discount rate, cost of capital, or an opportunity cost. Okay. So we'll learn about the discount rate or cost of capital later, again in unit number 3, cost of capital chapter. Okay. So always remember that an investor, okay, so wants to know, if he wants to invest in present, he would like to know how much, okay, returns he is going to receive in future, okay, on account of the present investment. So all the future returns, he is going to discount them at a given rate to the present value. So the future returns will become comparable with the present investment. So the decision criteria is simple. If the present value of the future returns is greater than the investment, accept the project and invest in the project. If the present value of the future returns, okay, are less than that of the present investment, reject the proposal. So I hope you heard me. It is very simple. Okay.
Sir, can you give an example, sir? I didn't understand.
No, what I gave is example itself. What I gave is example itself. Okay, it is not explanation. Say if I want to invest 1 lakh rupee, okay, in a project or on a machine, let us say a photocopier machine. Okay, I want to start a small business. Okay, let us say 5 lakh. I want to invest 5 lakh rupees to purchase a photocopier machine. And using that photocopier machine, I can earn revenue, right, over a period of time in future. The machine will continue to work for 5 years, 10 years, and so on. Okay. So if I am investing 5 lakh rupees today and assume that the life of the machine is 10 years, and we estimate that, okay, the machine is going to generate a revenue of, okay, 50,000 rupees per year, a revenue of 50,000 rupees per year. Okay, or let us say 60,000 rupees per year. Okay, if the machine is going to generate a revenue of 60,000 rupees per year. Okay, so every year 60,000 rupees. So for 10 years, it will be 6 lakh rupees. So I'm going to invest 5 lakh rupees to purchase a photocopier machine. In layman language, we call Xerox machine. Okay, and we estimate that the by using the photocopier machine, we can generate a revenue of 60,000 rupees per year for 10 years. So 60,000 into 10 years, 6 lakh rupees, I'm going to get the return. But this 60,000 rupees per year for next 10 years, then the total will be 6 lakh rupees. Is it greater than the present 5 lakh rupees? Okay, we don't know. We don't know because, okay, 1 rupee today earned has more value than a rupee earned tomorrow. That is what we know. Rupee loses value over a period of time. So I cannot compare 5 lakh rupee invested today with the 6 lakh rupee I am going to earn after 10 years. It will be a wrong comparison. It's a foolish decision. So I need to convert the future values into present value. That 60,000 rupees per year, every year for 10 years, what I'm going to earn. So that 6 lakh rupee, I need to convert them into present value at a discount rate. So its value will be less than, okay, 6 lakh rupees always. When I convert the 6 lakh rupee, which I'm going to receive in future, to the present value at a discounted rate, then I can compare my investment of 5 lakh rupee with the present value of my future returns. So if the present value of the future returns is more than 5 lakh rupees, yes, I must purchase the photocopier machine. I must invest in the machine. If, okay, the present value of the future returns, that 6 lakh rupees, is less than 5 lakh rupees, then I should not invest in the photocopier machine because it will be a loss. Is that clear, Keshav?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And we'll have a lot of problems also, okay, of what I explained. Numerical problems are also there. Okay, so you will not simply calculating and giving an answer, writing a numerical answer. You are going to interpret the process of doing this, okay? Investment decisions, especially investment decisions. Every numerical is like a case study only. Okay. So then there are 3 situations in which we are going to convert future values to present value in discounting techniques. Case 1 is present value of a single cash flow. Second case is present value of an annuity. And third is present value of an perpetuity. Okay, so about annuity and perpetuity we'll learn later. First, let's go ahead with the present value of a single cash flow. So as I said, manually, if someone wants to calculate, it will be very complicated, time consuming, and may give scope to errors. So only first initially I explained how the same calculations also can be made manually. Okay, but henceforth I started directly using an equation given in the textbook. So now we'll go ahead with the equation from the textbook, equation number 2.4, where P is equal to A into PVIF. Okay, so this equation we use to determine the present value of a single cash flow. See, the single cash flow, what I'm talking in discounting technique, I'm going to receive this in future. So I'm going to know its present value. I'm going to find its present value by discounting it. That is the discounting technique. So P is equal to A into bracket PVIF. So where A is amount to be received or spent in future. Okay, so I already told you. We need to convert this amount to its present value. PVIF is present value interest factor, which we are going to obtain from table number 3. Okay, so we need to refer table A3, the present value of 1 rupee for PVIF, or present value interest factor. So with this background, okay, let me just go ahead with a simple numerical problem. So Mr. X wants to, okay, so I have already told you that you need not write in the class as it is leading to confusion and loss of time. Okay, so I have shared the solved numerical PDF file. It is preferred that you write the numericals which we solve in the class, okay, after the class in the evening. Okay, do not write them in advance. It will not help you in any way. It will be simply like second or third standard student without knowing, looking at the book and writing. Okay, so remember, okay, see my wife, she takes tutorials, and when she gives writing work to children, they're very happy because simply copy the textbook and write it, be it English, mathematics or science. Okay, but reading is a difficult for them. Reading and understanding is a difficult part. Huh? Remember, don't behave like school children, primary school children. Okay, so write this. Whatever I solve in the class, the same numericals, you write them in Clear Book. I said I will also give you some numericals at the end of the chapter to practice on your own. Later, I will share the answers. You can verify your answers with your solutions. So we are going with a small example to find out the present value of a single cash flow. Mr. X wants to find the present value of 2000 rupee to be received 5 years from now. Okay, Mr. X is going to receive 2000 rupees after 5 years. Okay, so and the rate of interest or discount rate given is 10%. So I have to discount it at 10%. Okay. Okay, it means that Mr. X, if he invests 2000 rupee, okay, into a bank, he's going to get a return of 10%. Okay, so it's called an opportunity cost also. Okay. So solution, okay, we need to refer table A3, that is the present value of 1 rupee. Okay, present value of 1 rupee. So now we'll refer to, okay, so we'll write the equation here first. P is equal to A into bracket PVIF. Okay, so A is amount to be received or spent in future. In this case, Mr. X is going to receive 2000 rupee after 5 years. So we write 2000 here. Okay, and then we will find the PVIF, okay, from table A3. Okay, so though it is written here, but let us keep a practice. Okay, 1 minute, I'm sorry. Students, can you see these time value tables?
No, sir.
No.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, how about now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now we are going to refer table A3 to find PVIF. Okay, present value interest factor. Okay, so table A3 is present value of 1 rupee. So after how many years Mr. X is going to receive 2000 rupees?
5 years.
5 years.
Okay, 5 years. What is the rate of interest given in the case?
10%.
10%.
10%. Okay. So here it is 0.621. Okay, 0.621. Can you see this value?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 0.621. Now I have to make the share again. Okay, so we write that PVIF into bracket 0.621. So simply by multiplying 2000 into 0.621, okay, we get an amount. Okay, 1242 rupees. So I repeat, 1242 42 rupees. So the present value of 2000 rupee, which Mr. X will receive after 5 years, when discounted at the rate of 10%, okay, is 1242 rupees. Means 1242 rupees of today is equivalent to 2000 rupee, okay, after 5 years. 2000 rupee after 5 years. So I hope you understand this concept of a discounting technique.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any queries? See, I'll give a very simple example. Say somebody will tell Mr. X, you give me 1500 rupees, okay, now, and I will give you 2000 rupees after 5 years. This is a small question for you. Somebody will tell Mr. X, you give me give me a loan of 1500 rupees this now, and I will return 2000 rupees after 5 years. What Mr. X should do? Should he accept the offer or no?
No, sir.
Yeah, Sakshi, why? Can you explain?
Because because the value will not be same later after 5 years.
Correct, but specifically in this case. Okay, how about anybody else who would like to try? She is correct, but you have to explain in this context. I'll repeat again.
Because he is paying more than the amount, sir.
He is paying?
More than the needed amount, sir.
No, sentence is not framed properly. But maybe you know the answer, you are Sakshi, but you need to put it in proper words. Yes, anybody else would like to try? Both are correct, Sakshi and Keshav, but it needs to be explained in proper way so that we all can understand. Anybody else? See, this is the difference. Your BCom BBA learning and MBA learning of financial management. We never bothered in BCom. See, I am also a BCom student. We never bothered what is this 1242. As long as the teacher says correct, we were very happy to get go ahead with the next problem. But decision making was not there, okay, in the UG level. Okay, so pay attention now. If somebody tells Mr. X, you give me or lend me 1500 rupees now, today, and I will give you 2000 rupees after 5 years. So as Sakshi and Keshav says, yes, it the Mr. X should not accept the offer. Why is, okay, now Mr. X has to compare. Okay, 2000 rupee what his friend told will give after 5 years. What is its present value? Mr. X has to find out the present value of 2000 rupee to be received after 5 years. Okay. So when we convert the future value, 2000 rupee to be received after 5 years, to its present value, it is 1242 only. But how much your friend is asking at present?
1500.
1500. Okay. So what will happen if you give him 1500 now and receive 2000 rupees after 5 years? Actually, you will be receiving only 1242 rupees, whereas you will be paying 1500. Okay, so a loss of 252 rupees for you. See, this is how these simple techniques are used for decision making. What example I am giving you, just a analogy to make the concept understand. But decisions are made with respect to lakhs and crores of rupees of investment or millions of dollars of investment. Decisions are made like this. Okay, not exactly like this, but we'll consider in chapter number 2 and 3. We're going to learn how investment decisions are made, where we're going to use the concept of time value of money. Okay, so anybody who would like to ask something again? Any doubts? Okay, so I repeat again. If somebody tells Mr. X, you give me 1500 rupees this year, now, right now, and I will return 2000 rupees after 5 years. Mr. X should not accept because it's a loss for him. How he can find out that? So Mr. X has to convert the future value into its present value. Okay. So when we convert the 2000 rupee to be received after 5 years, what is its present value? Its present value is only 1242 rupees. But your friend is asking to lend him 1500 rupee at present. So when he will return 2000 rupee after 5 years, your actual loss when you convert 2000 rupee into its present value is only 1242. So we'll have a loss of 252 rupees in real. So a layman, a BCom or BBA student would go ahead and happily accept the offer. Okay, because 1500, 2000 rupee is more than 1500 rupees, of course. Okay, but after 5 years, when you receive, its value is less than the present 1500 rupees. Okay, you need to read more. So I have given you reading materials and I have given you solved numericals also. And watch my videos again and again. Those who do not understand, 3 times I explained the same concept now. Okay, so you cannot expect me to do the same because we need to complete a huge syllabus. Okay, so now the second case or second situation in discounting technique is the present value of an annuity. Okay, so I hope you can recall, maybe 10 times I have explained you what is the meaning of annuity. Annuity is a equal annual cash flows. Equal annual cash flows. It may be cash outflow or cash inflow, whatever it is. But remember, it should be equal. Like I gave the example of photocopier machine is going to generate a revenue of 60,000 rupees per year for 10 years. So that is annuity. Okay. So that is annuity, remember. Or your cumulative deposit, where you deposit a fixed sum, maybe 1500 rupees or 2000 rupees per month. Okay. For 2 years or 5 years. That is annuity. I already have told, you should be paying attention. So now we are going to use the equation P is equal to C into bracket ADF. See, you forget about the equations. The logic is simple. Okay, we multiply the amount to be received in future with the appropriate value from the time value table. That much you can remember. Even without formula, you can calculate it if you know whether it is compounding or discounting technique. And again, in discounting, for example, whether it is a present value of a single cash flow or present value of an annuity, because the tables differ, values differ. Okay, so the present value of an annuity table is table number A4. Title of the table is the present value of an annuity of 1 rupee. So this table we are going to refer. And what are you going to find out from okay, the present value of annuity of 1 rupee table? We are going to find ADF value. It is nothing but annuity discount factor. That's it. Okay, so one simple example. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so the simple example we are going to consider now. So pay attention. Mr. X wishes to determine the present value of the present value of the annuity consisting of cash inflows of 1000 rupees for 5 years, means each year 1000 rupees. So equal annual cash flows. The rate of interest he can earn from his investment is 10%. Okay. So the photocopier machine example which I gave, it is exactly like that. Say for example, Mr. X wants to invest in a small business. Okay. And he is going to receive 1000 rupees per year for 5 years. So equal stream of equal annual cash flows is annuity. So what is the present value of this annuity? We are going to find out. So is a simple equation P is equal to C into bracket ADF. So C is nothing but, okay, so what we learned, C is annuity amount. So how much cash is going to receive each year? 1000 rupee each year. So C is the value of annuity or amount of annuity. So we need to find out this ADF. Okay. So we need to refer table A4. Okay. So I'm going to make the share again. So please pay attention. Okay. So students, I hope you can see the tables, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Mr. X is going to receive 1,000 rupee each for how many years?
5 years.
5 years. Yes. Okay. 5 years. What is the rate of discount rate or interest rate given in the problem?
10%. 10%.
10%, right? Sorry. I'm sorry. It's not table A3, huh? You should also remind me. I need to refer which table? Table A3 or some other table?
A4.
Yeah, table A4. Okay. Table A4. Okay. So table A4, fifth year row, 10% interest column. So it is here, 3.791. Students, I hope you can see the cursor. Yeah. So fifth year row, 5% interest column. The value is 3.791. Okay. So which you are going to fill in the equation. That's it. Okay. So 1000 into ADF, annuity discount factor from table A4 is 3.791. So when we multiply, we get the amount 3,791 rupees. So 1,000 rupee to be received each year for 5 years. So for a layman, it will be 5,000 rupees, right? But when you convert the value of this annuity into its present value, it's only 3,791 rupees. Okay, so you can recall the example of my photocopier machine. That's it. Okay, so say for example, if the investment required in this case, in this small example, is 4,000 rupees. We don't know what business we can do. It's 4,000 rupees, but small, simple example. These are for our understanding purpose. Remember, for our understanding purpose. So there is a small business which Mr. X wants to start, for which 4,000 rupee investment is required. He has to spend or invest 4,000 rupee today. So if he invests and starts the business, he is going to receive 1,000 rupee each year for 5 years. Okay, so for a layman may say 1,000 rupee each year for 5 years will amount to 5,000 rupees. So 5,000 rupees more than 4,000 rupee invested. So layman will say like that. But if you convert the vanity, if we convert the annuity, okay, to its present value, 1,000 rupee to be received each year for 5 years. If we convert its, if you find out the present value of this annuity, okay, it will be only 3,791 rupees. And how much I said Mr. X has to invest for the small business of 4,000 rupees. So now you tell me whether Mr. X should invest in this business and invest 4,000 rupees or not.
No, sir.
Sorry?
No, sir.
No. Why no? Can you explain with a simple answer?
Sir, 5,000 is for 3,000 rupees, sir. If he invests 4,000, he should receive more amount.
Okay. So if the Mr. X invests 4,000 rupees today, okay, the present value of the annuity, if it is more than 4,000, then he should accept the project and invest 4,000 rupees into the project, because he is going to, what he is going to receive in future, its present value should be more than 4,000 rupees. But now in our example, so the present value of the annuity is only 3,791 rupees. Okay, so Mr. X is going to incur a loss of 209 rupees. 209 rupees in this investment. So he should not invest 4,000 rupees at present in this business. So okay. So any queries? Any queries in this case? Okay. So I hope there are no queries. Now another Yeah, we have 15 minutes of time. I'm going to, you can rejoin the same meeting. Okay. So I'll take attendance first. And then I'll go ahead with this present value of perpetuity. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.